Love-inspired suspense and HarlequinAudio present Tracing a Kidnapper's Trail by Katy Lee, performed by Emily Sutton-Smith. Having forgiven you all trespasses, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. Colossians, chapter 2, verses 13 through 14. To Jack, you are a gift from God. 1. The metallic scent of blood carried on the Texas desert breeze, alerting the canine to a large amount of vital fluid spilled somewhere nearby. One whiff had Hunter Shelton's tawny search and rescue bloodhound, Libby, picking up her sleepy steps toward a slew of deputies from the Randall County Sheriff's Department. Typically, only coyotes and jackrabbits traipsed through Harmony Canyon State Park in the middle of the night, and the occasional hiker who didn't return from a trek through the 80-mile-long and 800-foot-deep canyon. For Hunter, 2 a.m. phone calls typically meant someone had gone missing. Except this time, the body on the ground, lying face down, with her long red hair knotted and splayed around her, wasn't in need of rescue any longer. Perhaps if he had been called in sooner, the woman would have made it. Since when do I get called out for a crime scene? Not much Libby and I can do for her now. Hunter sidled up to Sheriff Steph Hawkins. My days in law enforcement ended 5 years ago when I left the department. I'm search and rescue now. It's on the business card. West Texas Hill Country Search and Rescue Unit. I track living people. Remember? Sheriff Hawkins stood stoically and silent over the body. His deputies were also thin-lipped while avoiding Hunter's gaze. What's going on? The hair on the back of Hunter's neck stood at attention as he stretched for a closer look at the woman. Who is it? The lanterns cast shadows all around her, and the excessive blood from her wounds made it hard to focus on her long enough to see beyond the heinousness of what someone had done to her. Sheriff Hawkins knelt to tilt her body and shone a flashlight onto her face. Hunter's stomach twisted tighter and tighter, then flipped. He thought he might be sick. The air in his lungs rushed out in one word. Donna? I'm sorry, Hunter, Sheriff Hawkins said, gently lowering Hunter's ex-fiancée back to the ground. Hunter hadn't heard from her in nearly 6 years. They'd gone their separate ways, but that didn't make her murder meaningless to him, or easier to handle. Couldn't you have told me over the phone? Prepared me at least. The sheriff shook his head. There's more, and it's the reason we called you out here. Deputy Willis held up a child's backpack and a small sneaker with rainbows on it. Donna wasn't alone. There's evidence she had her daughter with her. Daughter? That was news to Hunter. But he supposed a lot of time had passed, enough for her to find her true love and marry. Hunter tried to be happy for her, but that was hard to do when he was looking at her dead body. Her murdered body. What was she doing out here? Have you called her husband? How long has she been here? Hawkins replied. We estimate about 6 to 8 hours. We pulled her info. She was living down in San Antonio and working at Channel 11 as a news anchor. But we don't see any record that she was married. Single parent of a 5-year-old child. A little girl named Nancy Sue. Nancy Sue? That's the name we... Hunter processed this information. He and Donna had once talked about the baby names they liked. Nancy Sue was a combination of their mothers' names. It couldn't be. Nancy Sue couldn't be his. The last night he'd seen Donna flashed in the forefront of his mind. One regretful night that had led to her walking out of his life forever. Shame had him dropping his gaze from the men he'd...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?